Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. I know it's been a little bit of a hiatus, but sometimes time gets away from you and you got to take care of some administrative stuff. But I'm glad to be back with one of my brothers, kicking the episode off with Will Hubert. Thanks for joining me, man.
Alexander, thanks for having me.
Dude, it's been a long time. I've been stuck in the middle of Podunk, Pennsylvania by myself. Glad to be home for the summer before I go back to school.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back. I'm glad I already got to see you during the Game of Thrones finale.
Oh, dude, that was the best part. Coming home, haven't seen you in a while, and we got to kick it off with the finale. So what'd you think, man?
It was good. It was all right. I've seen a lot of hate, a lot of negativity. I think the only thing worse than Game of Thrones on Twitter right now is Trump, but that goes hand in hand.
That is so funny you say it like that. Like, who has more hate? One, you'll never... You know what's funny is you've got somebody like Kim Jong-un who's starving humans and won't let them leave and is like literally just cutting off their ability to see the rest of the world. And we're all like, but this guy, he didn't lower our taxes enough and he's orange. Like, okay, guys. I think he said some mean things once or twice. Like, all right. And you didn't, right? But he's our president, and Obama was perfect.
We live in a country where we erupt over the ending of our dragon show. They don't even have a dragon show, man. They
Can I be honest with you, though?
Dragon is.
All right, so you want to know my biggest complaint?
About what?
Game of Thrones.
Oh.
My biggest complaint was there's this dragon. Okay, they kept... First off, why would you do that to Arya by making her nobody, right? By, like, you taking her away, you turn her into nobody, and, well, like, that had no role in, like, the end of the story.
No, that's not true. She killed the guy from Harry Potter. She made his sons into pies and fed him and then killed him. That was cool.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, I know, but
did you catch what I said?
Yeah.
She hasn't done it in the last season.
No.
Like, what was the purpose of it?
No.
So, okay, first off, Jon Snow should have been the pussy he really is. We all know he's a pussy. I know everybody. Oh God, you're just like the girls that want a poster of him sweaty. Like,
maybe I do. Maybe I fucking do.
I know you do.
King of the goddamn North. I'll take it.
Listen, man.
Nah, he's going.
He's a pussy, and that's the like.
I
okay,
don't agree
on.
with bending the knee. You don't bend the knee.
But he did.
Oh, well, of course he did.
As a king,
he needed the dragons. I'd have considered it with the dragon.
Especially when you're going against the White Walkers, you wouldn't have won without the dragons. But nonetheless,
well, technically the dragons couldn't even do anything to him.
Well, that's what I was gonna.
Maybe
okay,
that's bad
no.
writing.
But it would have been great if he would have wussed out and then he just goes, "All right, I'm not going to be able to take care of this dragon here." Oh God, damn it! Yeah.
Hodor.
Yo, Hodor.
R.I.P. Hodor.
Yo, we miss him the most. But no, I feel like he should have wussed out, left, and then Arya should have been like, "No, I'm taking this into my own hands." Put on the face of Jon Snow, gone upstairs, took out Daenerys herself, and then when the dragon got all upset and took Daenerys away, there was an hour left in the story, and why didn't the dragon come back?
Yeah, why didn't she come back alive?
No, she should have been dead. 2 thumbs down. She sucks. But we're glad she's gone.
She went a bit off the deep end, didn't she?
No, but let's be honest here.
Yeah.
The dragon should have come back. The fact that you have this, like, aside... So, breaking away from the Arya point, looking at how there was this relationship being built between the dragon and Jon, that dragon... What would have been great? They pick Bran to be the king, and then the dragon comes back, kills Grey Worm, and his band of misfit losers, and then we have no debt to them or their dumb queen, and then it comes out that the real rightful king is Jon Snow, and they're all like, so they take away it from the crippled loser, and then Sansa comes in, and Jon goes, I don't want it because I'm a loser. Everybody knows it. I pussed out. Arya killed Daenerys because I'm a big fat loser, and I'm going to give it to Sansa because Sansa should have been the queen to begin with. So,
I mean, that sounds
and
like
then she
something
marries
Jon would do.
Tyrion. So HBO, if you really want a very good writer and not the losers that you hired because you're terrible, hit me up.
We've heard of the petition and we've signed. We want
I have
answers.
not, but yo, okay. So the Barstool song
Yeah, that guy who was like, Fran does it, I'll like off myself. Like,
He's like, if you sign the petition, you're a loser. And then he comes back in the song and he's like, but if Bran wins, I'm going to probably kill myself and sign that petition. It's like, yeah, I'm considering signing the petition. Why is that loser the king? So I thought that would be one of the highest watched shows ever. Mm-hmm. And right before this, we came across like somebody compared the viewers of Game of Thrones, the finale, to some of the most popular shows. And
what would some of those shows be?
Okay, you don't have to mock me.
I'm sorry, continue.
Okay, so it's Friends.
All right, what was that?
Was the big one. They kicked it off with 52 million. The finale for Friends, 52 million, right?
All right.
Okay. Do you know what holds the record? You do know, because you were right next to me. But do you know the record for the most viewers in a finale of a show? MASH.
Oh, I was going to pick someone.
Yo, but when we were talking about this, Will nailed the point with MASH. Probably has, with 160 million, probably has the most viewers because you had to watch it live. You couldn't record it. You couldn't go back to it. It was MASH.
Not paying for it like it's HBO. Like,
right.
I would like to watch my dragon show.
Now, at 3 in the morning in
my underwear with my Doritos.
I love that everybody had their, I don't know, tradition when it came to their Sunday watching of Game of Thrones. It was very systematic.
I'm on camera, so I'm not going to say what mine is, but I enjoyed mine.
Huh. Why is that?
Involving weed.
Try
not to just admit that.
And you did.
Is that on? Oof.
Woof.
A big oof.
Well, that's Will for you. So what else is new? Oh, you brought up Star Wars. You want to tell me about that?
Oh, yeah. So I was browsing Twitter the other day, and by browsing, I mean it was trending at work, so I had to click on it. And it said Knights of the Ren, yeah. And I know what those are just because of nerd culture. So I clicked on it, and it's like Kylo Ren's like group, like his like posse, and he's my fucking favorite in Star Wars. Like in this new trilogy, like Kylo Ren, top notch.
He is great.
I like his character. I like his dynamic. I like how Adam Driver.
I was about to say though, Adam is kind of like a two-dimensional actor. So it's
I
like
really like him.
He's not bad. He's not bad, but you could just he's not convincing to me.
Really?
Okay, so the way they the way they measure actors, right, is if somebody consciously goes, this person is acting while they're watching you, then you're a bad actor. They're not buying you being this person. Yeah. Tell me you've ever watched Robin Williams and felt that way.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting. Have you seen it? It's fantastic.
Yo, let's look that up. So, no, not Good Will Hunting. So, before this as well, we came across, some of that spam ad nonsense, and it was like, what was Robin Williams' net worth now that he's dead? Or like, at death or whatever. And
you think he still gets royalties?
It was one of those click-through things. Oh, 100%. That dude's making bank.
Still,
we're gonna have to bring up Aladdin here in a second, but I'm sure he's making bank. His estate has to be making so much money because just on basic cable, there's a Robin Williams movie on all the time. Plus, how many people do you think are renting? You cannot find Good Morning Vietnam to save your life. You got to rent that stuff, and that's like digital, online, whatever. I bet they're making solid money. Yo, the greatest experience of my life was being in Jamaica with my family. I'm a huge Robin Williams fan, and the day we got home to like the hotel, my mom snuck in some like stuff for me from Dunn's River Falls, which was one of the 7 wonders of the world, and I got to my room and found out that Robin Williams passed, and that really hit my soul. It hurt. And then I just spent the entire night on the patio watching Robin Williams movies with said stuff. And it was fantastic.
I was visiting my grandmother, actually. It's funny that you mentioned that. I remember where I was when I heard the news that Robin Williams died, and I was visiting Grandma Hubert.
Really?
Yeah, it was me and my dad. She was in the hospital, not like one of her last times, but like in the hospital, and I remember the news hit, and even my grandmother was like, "Wow." Like,
dude, it hit the world.
Yeah,
that's how impactful he was.
That was speaking of like celebrity deaths, like we've had a couple like throughout our lifetimes and shit like now, but like some that have like I remember where I was when Michael Jackson died. I was in the Pickle Works. Like I remember exactly, almost specifically where I was standing when I saw that. That was like a very vivid one.
Have you seen Leaving Neverland?
No, I haven't seen that documentary. You've told me to watch it before you went back for your last semester. And no, I haven't seen it.
That is some heavy stuff, brother. I mean, how about this one? If we just had like a dentist making bank, building parks to hang out with kids,
I mean, I'd probably think
y'all be pissed. All the people that don't believe that he did what he did, the funny thing is you wouldn't let your kids spend the night at Michael Jackson's house. If we were to go, hey, okay, let your kid, why wouldn't you do that with no, not with my kid. Oh, how come? You just unconsciously just admitted that you know.
Yeah. You know that we know that they know that you know.
And boo. So, if you weren't clicking your heels that a rapist died, I mean, I don't remember where I was, but I remember watching the whole trilogy unfold. You know, not a trilogy, but like the whole epilogue unfold in
Leaving Neverland, episode 1.
No, not Neverland, just Michael Jackson's death. That was an event. That was like, yeah, but you were talking about like celebrities' deaths, but even like the one that I'm still hit with is Mac Miller.
Yeah, Mac. Yeah,
that
kills me.
That's a shame, man.
I remember I was in my car.
Yo, I was on a plane. Where was I going? To my brother's, one of my fraternity brothers' weddings.
So were you on the plane?
I was on
like,
the plane, dude. I landed and you hit me up, and another girl hit me up. That's how I knew. I got it from this girl, didn't buy it. Then I opened yours, and I was like,
"Oh yeah,
wow.
I wasn't joking about that."
Yeah, that was a lot.
I remember, I was in my car leaving work, and you want to know what it was? I was scrolling on Instagram, and I saw a Complex, and it said just like TMZ breaking news: Mac Miller dead at 26. And it was one of those like I read it, and like I'm a big Mac fan. Like I've listened to a lot of his discography and all of that. I instant I saw it, I was like, bet he OD'd. Found out that's what it was. It was bad. Was like I felt like I actually like believed it too, and like.
Well, it was really wrong.
Then you saw like more like as I scrolled, I could see like more like verified outlets like saying the same stuff, and then it felt like when Paul Walker too. Like honestly, like that's how I found out about Paul Walker was like on Twitter. Like I saw like people.
That's the
Fast and Furious guy? Yeah, died in the car accident. And I remember seeing like a couple of my like.
Were you into Fast and Furious?
I was into it up until like 5, and then after that, I like my roommate went to go see one. I was like, no, I don't want to see it. And he's like, why? I'm like, I guarantee you a nuclear bomb's involved or something like that. And he's like, he saw it then. Like he went by himself, so like that's how much into it he is. And more power to you. He saw it though, and then like he comes back. I was like, so how was it? He's like, it was good. I mean, like, all right, there was a nuke, and I was like, I knew it, called it, sold out. But back to that, like, so hearing about like Paul Walker, that was exactly how it felt like with Mac. Whereas like Michael Jackson and Robin Williams, it was both like I remember seeing like on the television, and they were both like those old style like big box televisions, like that hung like on the wall like at a restaurant. Swear to God, 2 different scenarios, 2 different like very famous people like I remember from growing up. Just like remember where I was.
Yo. I mean, like I know I've told you before, but like there's still that last Mac album I haven't even listened to because there's a piece of me that's trying to like pretend, extend them. There's still new music out there
Part
that I haven't heard.
Not dead or whatever.
Exactly,
yeah.
It's a shame, but I think it was even worse of the society. Just people coming after Ariana Grande and blaming her, like. don't make this already mentally unstable girl feel even more worse. Like, do you guys understand that before her boyfriend, almost husband, killed himself by a drug overdose, not even intentional, just being sloppy and ignorant, she had somebody blow themselves up at her concert?
Yeah, like that whole concert incident in like Manchester and like
Yeah,
London. Like, what the hell?
That's insane, man. And I couldn't. The fact that she's out here apologizing and like going to the public, like, I'm so sorry. Like, that is a mental burden that she didn't even ask for, that somebody placed on her. She blames herself. Like, all these things that.
Her Tuesday got like a lot longer. Like, that's what it felt like for her, and it's like impacted like her like 3 to 4 years in the future. Like, think of it, like her ex-boyfriend OD'd in something. It's like, even Mac fans, me, a casual fan. Like, I remember the first Mac song I ever heard, and like first instant when I saw he died, I was like, he OD'd. I was like, it wasn't suicide. It wasn't like a drug bust or a gang bust, but like, man, it was depression. It was his drug use, and it was like, I guarantee it was an OD. You don't think people are like calling her out though, as if like she was celebrating about it, and it was like, she's having probably, almost, arguably, probably the worst time handling this, and people are coming at her like she's at 1, fault, and 2, like, okay with this. That is very internet. That is like so very public forum.
Yes,
whether it be Twitter, Instagram, or like Facebook. That is like, gives them the best opportunity to do that.
But what's funny is her reaction was, I'm going to marry Pete Davidson.
All right, this is where the Mac fan of me comes out, and like, exactly. I'm like a hardcore Mac fan, and I don't like that.
I can't stand that.
Because I'm not like Pete Davidson. I don't understand the appeal. Like, I don't think like he's
terrible at SNL. I'm sorry. Out of all my friends, I definitely believe I'm the biggest SNL fan. I don't miss it. I love it, live it. It's my favorite, except for how it's become lately. I mean, I think I got to go up until Jason Sudeikis. Up until like that age with Amy Poehler. After that, way too liberal, way too psycho. Got an agenda, got gross. What's funny is they started losing massive viewers, so they changed it in the last 2 episodes. I haven't seen like 4 weeks ago, so there's been 2 recently. But
who was the host?
Ooh,
I probably know from Twitter.
Anyway, dude, I'm not getting into that. I don't even know. I can't remember. No, moo. But
moo.
But what I will say is they were very conservative. Okay. But it was NBC conservative. So it just wasn't liberal. Isn't it sad? Like, that's what you consider very moderate, conservative anymore. Yeah, we'll go with that. Heavy moderate, not liberal. But they made the skits terrible. It almost felt like on purpose. Like, fine, you guys don't like our liberal ones? Well, we're going to make terrible skits. And they were. But anyway, back to the point. I think this new SNL, total doggy bag. Like, terrible. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think Pete Davidson is talentless. My dad loves him because we're a big SNL family. My dad loves him. Oh, my God. You know my dad also loves? Who I cannot stand? Leslie Jost. When they brought her in when I was in college, she was hilarious. She was this person who wasn't on the cast, but they would have her every once in a while in on the Weekend Update. Then they made her an actual member. Yo, anybody watch, I dare you, watch SNL. Nobody on that show knows their lines less than her. Nobody screws their lines up more than her. It's insane. It's just like, yo, they're.
So do you not think she's funny, or do you not think she's got a skits?
Okay, one, she's 2-dimensional. Eddie Murphy, who also got started on SNL, could play anybody.
That's Eddie Murphy.
The guy's an energetic.
Guy's a legend.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to make Leslie Jost out to be. He's a
corkscrew and then like a double-edged blade.
Exactly, and but they're trying to turn Leslie Jost into this same type of character, and it's like, I don't care how much you shove her down our throats. She could probably be a stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. That's how she came up. I wouldn't be surprised if she'd be great at that. But But even worse is, Pete Davidson can only play like a stoner or like a student or like a slobby like hoodie. They won't even put him in a costume. That's how terrible he is. He's always got a damn hoodie and he sits there and he plays the same character, same damn character, and they're like, oh man. We got no use for you, dude. We've got no use for you. I guess we're gonna have to. Just put you on the weekend update, and you just play Pete Davidson.
See, that's where
talking
I know
about
from
yourself.
Our weekend updates.
And but that's the best. That's the best you're gonna get out of Pete Davidson. Those aren't bad. I will listen to those, but they're fewer and far between anymore because they're trying to integrate him, and it's like,
I've almost inherently disliked Pete Davidson more and more. See, I'm not a big SNL fan, but I've been disliked him more and more from it's just how often
he's
just,
a tabloids girl.
Yes, it is. I don't know if I should feel bad for him that he is because he didn't technically ask for it. He probably didn't know dating Ariana Grande.
Wait, you think going to the Groundlings and then going to SNL is not asking for the limelight? And then what you do with
think of how many
but what you do with the limelight,
but
what you do with the limelight,
doing differently. But look, him dating Ariana
look at
Grande,
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon is someone. Ghostbusters, all that stuff. Kate McKinnon was before she went psycho liberal and with agenda driven. She was the funniest person to hit SNL, in my opinion. My dad cannot get over. There's a skit where she plays this drunken lady with a cigarette, and she gets abducted by aliens or something, and there's only 3 people that went through the same thing, and they're all yeah, so the aliens, they got me and they took me to this beautiful field and we flocked through the flowers, and then she'll interrupt, she's like, yeah, that's not what happened with me, man. They stuck that right up my rectum, and you're like, yo.
I feel like you did that very well because that was perfect.
But that is her best skit, bar none, and my dad loves it.
Come over here, darling. It's not that bad on this side.
Yeah, but she I gotta give it to her, but it's a little overplayed now because that's the Kate McKinnon skit.
Oh, she's not as.
Well, you know what it is.
Hit the drag hard.
No, this is the only skit we got for Kate McKinnon anymore because we can't use Hillary anymore. She's a tad bit irrelevant.
Well, that's not true. She's putting out another book. She's going on another friggin' book tour. She's going back out there hitting the campaign trail.
Don't forget me when you vote. I'm still around.
And I swear it'll be better. I swear.
And she goes, we came, we saw, we conquered. Ha 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 ha. Or he's dead. We came, we saw, he's dead.
We came, we saw, they conquered. Slap.
Knee slap. So, you're a Harry Potter fan. Have you seen the Beast thing?
No,
I don't know. I
saw the first one. I was like,
yes, I did the same thing.
I was like, I get it. It's Harry Potter world.
But when
they got spells and animals. It's cool.
It's Harry Potter.
The new one's got Johnny Depp. Whoop-de-doo.
Well, what's funny is they stalled the movie's release because everybody didn't want Johnny Depp in it because he had a Me Too movement against him.
I know his wife. What's her name?
I don't know. Does anybody care?
I know who Johnny Depp is. He was in Pirates.
She wasn't.
And Friday the 13th. If you haven't seen that, that was one of his first ones. He dies. Spoilers.
Ouch. I need to stop clicking the pen in this microphone.
Where's the pen? Oh.
Sorry, family. They keep doing that.
They forgive you.
I'm asking them to forgive me, not you. So have you been to the farm in a while? Will used to take me to the farm. To go
No, I
hunting,
haven't been out
fishing.
there.
No?
No, my dad's been out there frequently. My dad was out there from time to time. I haven't been out since the winter, so it's been about 5 months for me. But I don't know, man. It's harder when you're working. You're older. You're just work. I hit the weekend now, and I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I almost feel like I never want to do anything. That being said, it's like 1 in the morning and we're here for this podcast. But it hits the weekend and I'm like, wow, you can't catch me. I don't even like spending money anymore. Like people, like, we have a friend of ours who doesn't like to get like an Uber from time to time. And like, I almost can't blame him because I don't like getting an Uber. But at the same time, get an Uber, you cheap son of a bitch. I'm not gonna like just make it home safe. Yeah, you know.
Well, the biggest issue is, okay, like New Year's with the same cheapo that we were talking about. All right, so here comes New Year's. I've got 3 people. I've got my friends. Okay, this is my life. My parents drive us downtown, and then we catch an Uber downtown, back home. So, like, we've been all of my friends, 100% reliant on my gracious parents. Mm-hmm. In addition to that,
he's got very nice parents.
They only have so much room in their car, bro. So here comes New Year's.
Wait, your dad picked us up on New Year's, didn't he?
Well, that wasn't. But hold on. But we're just talking about getting there.
Oh yeah, getting there. They're always
getting there. Yeah. We have my sister, who I will appreciate her joining us whenever she chooses, which is never. So she comes out for New Year's. She brings her friend. Then it's me and you. Okay, and my dad's driving. That's called a full car. That's it. So when these guys want to join us, they're like, yeah, we're going to
Sponge Bowl.
No, we're going to Billy's aunt's house. Wait. You're going to this other kid's aunt's house? Yeah, we're going to this kid's aunt's house. She's hosting a party, and we're going to get drunk there.
Is it a kegger?
Oh, that sounds cool. At the aunt's house that none of you know. Well, we want to hang out with you. You should come. And they're trying to convince me to come. Like, no, I have plans. I'm going downtown. You're welcome to join. This is where we'll be. Dude, we need to come with you. No, I don't have enough room. You're trying to explain it to them. Well, dude, you need to figure out a way to get me down. No, wait, whoa. You're missing the whole point here. It's like, no, we want to figure out your way home.
We want to hang out with you so bad that you should come see us.
First off, either there was a movement when we were like in the 90s and we were too young to hit it, but it was like get a designated driver, the DD. That was like really pushed.
The Matrix.
Sure. They really pushed the designated driver.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's dead now. With Uber and stuff, it's like either pay the money or figure out or I'm just going to spend the night. It's like, no and no. Somebody can be sober. You guys can go out and have fun without getting toasted every time. And remember when we met with them later that night and they couldn't even stand?
He on the mini golf flag.
Yeah, New Year's.
Nailed
he
that thing.
Trips over the wall and literally falls on his...
I saw someone slap another someone's behind so hard. Just the fact that it happened in public, for me, it was like, oh, okay, that's excessive.
Wait, who was it? Just give me the first letter.
S.
Classic.
Was that a bit nail on the head for you?
Can't imagine who that could have been.
I could vividly see it.
And what he hit? An S?
No, hi. No. I don't know who it was.
Was it an S?
No, it wasn't an S. It was not an S. No,
could have been her too.
It was definitely not an S. It was someone who I actually did not know. I did not know this person, but
neither did Steve. Oh damn!
Wait, which S?
Neither did S.
No, it definitely wasn't that S.
Yo, I know where we need to take this conversation. All right, so I just started getting into UFC, and I know I've been pulling you into it too. I think it's terrible. Okay, so if you remember, it was probably like 6-8 months ago, Joe Rogan was getting all excited because this is a huge step for the UFC. They are now working with ESPN. This is the first night UFC is going to be on ESPN.
It's cool.
I know I told you it was free.
Yeah,
that was great.
No, they put fights up there all the time now. It's great for it.
No. Wrong.
Don't you need the app for it?
We're going to keep marching here.
Okay.
So, that's where it started. They were like, the ESPN, 2 months later, they announced that all UFC fights are going to ESPN Plus, which is something you need to subscribe to.
Yep.
So,
it was
now,
a 3-month trial. It was
but Brendan Schaub complains about it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, it's so dumb that I have to pay to then pay-per-view, or some of it will be free, but he goes, when there was a huge fight on, he couldn't connect. But he's like, I'm trying to throw my money at ESPN because the dude's got Boko bucks anymore. And he's like, I'm trying to throw my money at this app. It's not letting me play it. He's like, I ended up having to illegally find it on Reddit because they're making so many hoops you got to jump through. And he's like, to be honest, the quality and the image was better anyway. So it's like,
have you heard of this is on topic with like the illegal Reddit, but have you heard about the guy from Twitch? All right, so this was a Twitch streamer, and for those listeners out there that don't know what Twitch is, it's like an online like streaming service for like particularly like video games, but like other stuff, obviously.
What else is on there? I only know about it for the video game.
I mean, you can put it on for like streams for like anywhere.
So like what we're doing, like a podcast.
You can put it on for like podcasts. You can have it on for like say like video game streams, but like in between streams they put on like YouTube videos of like other people that like they sponsor. But in this for a particular instance, you had this guy who put on the UFC fight night of whoever it is. Think of it like a big title card. For instance, Miocic versus Cormier, Steve A versus DC. So like it'd be like that. He put it on Twitch though. And he put his video, he put like his screen on it in like the bottom corner, so like for it looked like he was like playing a game, had his controller in his hand, acted like he was playing a game, and like streamed the UFC fights and got away with it. It was awesome. Like I don't know who I would plug him if I knew who it was, but like I don't know who it was. Whoever did that though, it was crazy funny. Got away with it, no problems. And I'm talking about like he did it for the prelims to the main card to then the title fight. Everything. Like the whole shebang. He was on there for pause, 8 hours.
Pause. Here.
He's in the bottom right. Yeah, he's right there.
Twitch streamer pretends he's playing a UFC game, but he's actually streaming live fight. Let's mute this real quick. These guys are jacking each other just in the face.
Who's fighting?
And it's this funny black guy with this controller up in his face. Just like, what's his name? Can we get his...
It's Max Holloway versus someone.
No. Yeah.
Oh, the streamer? I don't know who it is. Go to the info of the video. Maybe it says...
Not all heroes wear capes. Stay woke and subscribe for more random internet gold.
Yeah, but like, yeah, he was like in the bottom corner and he streamed.
Let's read some of these comments. 420 IQ, Illusion 100. Get this man a Nobel Prize or something.
And what I mean on there, like it was like a 7-8 hour stream. Like it was one of those like, oh my god, he got paid for that. Like people subscribe.
I think his name's Ward, WARD. Somebody posted, can anyone give me his Twitch link? And the only response was Ward, so that might be it.
Yeah, but like,
this is funny.
I remember like, I was just chilling at my dorm room when he did that. Like, it was like a Thursday night or whatever, and I was just studying, and I remember like, it was like the most viewed stream on Twitch, and at the time, like, for every subscriber, like, especially past like a certain limit, on top of like the views per video, he got paid for that fight. He probably made like a couple $100 to stream that fight just in the bottom corner.
He also probably got sued.
No. You found out like later, well, like, I mean, maybe he did, but like, I would assume in the end though, like, I feel like he would only get sued though, if like that was
he at least got kicked off of Twitch. Twitch probably went after.
Oh, for the dollar amount he made, I would be fine with that. I'd be like, I'll take a month off. I'll take a vacation. Hell, I'll see you in Hawaii when I'm back.
So, what's your favorite game on the new Wii? Because I don't play that new Wii.
Oh, the Switch, the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. The Nintendo Switch.
Alexander is bringing this up for those people out there, those fresh new listeners out on this wonderful Saturday night podcast. I am a gamer. I play a lot of console gaming. I don't really do the PC scene. I have every
But you
system.
don't do Fortnite, bro.
No, I don't. Actually,
that blows my mind.
The last time I played Fortnite was actually in your apartment in Harrisburg. Like, I swear to God, that was the last time I played it.
Dude.
Outside of that,
obsessed.
I have the PlayStation 4, which is probably the system I play the most on.
Boo.
I have the Nintendo Switch, which is the best console out. I would recommend that to anyone and everybody. And then I have the Xbox One. The Xbox One.
Do your breakdown. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
All right, the Xbox One, that's like my Halo and Xbox game. Those are the only two franchises from it that I still continue with. When it comes to the PlayStation 4, those are for like basically the Xbox games that also play on PlayStation 4. They got better exclusives. I mean, you got shit like God of War. I'm not supposed to curse. He's going to get mad at me, but whatever. They got God of War. They had Horizon Zero Dawn. They have Uncharted. Uncharted 4 was unreal. Resident Evil 2 is really sweet for it, but I'm pretty sure you can get that on Xbox. I'm not sure. My other console, though, the Nintendo Switch, is the console that he inquired about. I'll wait till he gets back for it. I'll continue on with my PlayStation. At the moment, I'm playing through Borderlands 1 again, the Game of the Year edition. It's got all the DLCs. It's a very invigorating conversation. I'm just glad we're all here, enjoying ourselves. Oh, but now that he's back, the prodigal son.
All right, so I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Why is the Nintendo Switch your favorite?
All right, the Nintendo Switch is my console for, like, up front, before I even hit any of the games. It's my favorite for 3 reasons. It's very small, like, in terms of, like, a console. Like, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are really bulky. Kind of takes up a little bit of, like, just like a TV space. Not particularly, like, a lot, but, like, the Switch, you got your little, like, monitor, put the Joy-Cons in, then you have, like, the adapter. You plug it into. You put it on, like, a plane. You put it on a suitcase. Hell, my good friend, Mike Games and I, we went to Naples, Florida at the beginning of May this year, and I took my Switch down with me on the plane, and we played Super Smash Bros. Like, the entire thing. Like, we turned it into a drinking game. It's very portable.
Did he have his?
No,
as
well, his brother, actually. His brother who came down separately with his girlfriend, he had brought his Nintendo Switch too, so we had both of ours down there.
So how does that work? It's just like a DS, right? Like obviously
like,
way
yeah,
bigger.
yeah,
no, I'm just saying, like, it's a portable thing.
Did you have a
take...
PSP?
Yes.
Think of a PSP, right? So it had the
Hold
screen.
on, real
and you
quick,
could
can
hold
we
it.
acknowledge that the PSP was like the greatest? It was
The
ahead of its
PSP,
time.
Oh yes, yes, that was completely ahead of its time. It's really, it's very like historic to look back on it and think like, if you think of it, like the PSP, from like looking at it, it's a Nintendo Switch, except like the Droid Cons that would be like where you would hold the PlayStation Plus on the side. You just lift off, put the screen in the adapter of the Switch, which connects to the TV, and then you could just play Super Smash Bros. On the TV. That is the only difference between a PSP and the Nintendo Switch.
That is incredible.
And it's really ahead of its time. It's almost comical that Sony, who made the PSP, hasn't done that before Nintendo. Like, it's really
true.
inventive of Nintendo that made the Wii, saw the PSP and was like, how can we use this? And just turn it into whatever.
Wow.
So, I think the PSP, no, not the PSP, excuse me.
But real quick, before we move on from the PSP, first off, that was the first place I could see boobies, because that connected you to the internet that nobody could monitor. That was your PSP.
Oof.
In addition
They're off
to
that brick wall of the Gurgat Express.
But in addition to that, you had YouTube was at its infancy. And
It was back when the iPhone app looked like a little television.
no, dude, the iPhone wasn't even out yet. You want to know how I got my PSP? My uncle gave it to me for Easter. And he took us out, family dinner. We all went to dinner. And we go to the Cheesecake Factory. And we're sitting at the Cheesecake Factory after we went to dinner. We're just there for dessert. And my uncle, he goes, you want to see my new Palm Pilot? Dude, this is when
Palm
Palm Pilots
Pilot?
were the
A
top.
Palm
Yo, my
Pilot?
parents were obsessed with their Palm Pilot. I cannot stress the way my parents were with their Palm Pilot.
It's like the old school BlackBerry.
Dude, they were obsessed. And they go, my uncle goes, "You want to see my new Palm Pilot? I just got a new Palm Pilot, you know?" And we're all sitting there like, "Yeah." And he pulls out
What's up,
this
man?
PSP, and he's like, "Check it out." And he's playing it out. Yo, I
That
just
is so
about
Michael.
creamed myself. I was like, "No, I'm so jealous." And he's like, "Here, you want to play with it?" And then I took it. He's like, "Sure." Yo, that was...
Oh my god!
So
I love
anyway-
your uncle. I love your uncle. Your uncle is the man. For those out there who don't know his uncle, love that man. That is family to the day I die.
Hey, man, you were at his wedding.
He's happily married.
Happily married. Ladies, keep it away. But,
Or stay on birth control.
yeah, or that. That's
Do
what
us
it
a
was.
fuck. Do us a favor.
But, yeah. Oh, the addition to untainted internet. The other great thing about the PSP was it was YouTube at its infancy, and YouTube used to allow you to download the videos that you could keep. So
Seriously?
my PSP was full of...
Porn.
No.
Just
that wasn't on YouTube.
Rancid ass thumb up the butt. Right up there. A whole file.
So there was no porn on YouTube. So we just had Carlos Mencia videos and 50 Cent music videos.
And thumb up the butt. Folder.
Is that what's
his
on
PSP.
your PSP, Will? Are you trying to tell us something?
Honestly, I never had a PSP. I had a DS. That would have been.
Okay, can we also acknowledge that the DS, the greatest feature, was the draw feature where you could write
With a
and
little
send your
stylus,
friends?
You could draw dicks all over the place. Just be like Club Penguin on those games, just with the giant dick on the wallpaper.
Yo, Club Penguin. Can you
Oh.
believe that sucked me into its hole?
Back to what I was
Yes,
getting at.
I was going
The
to...
Nintendo Switch. I would recommend it to anyone trying to get a console for a child was pen distracting, or just
Yo, folks, I literally had to throw the pen away because I couldn't stop clicking it.
myself as a 25-year-old man who works at least 40 to 50 hours a week, depending on the week and how I'm feeling. I play a lot of my Nintendo Switch. Like, I play it on the go. Like, I could play it, like... I played it, honestly. Like, I went to, like, the emergency center, like, in, like, the E-Care Cleveland Clinic Center because I had a cold. Because I'm, like, a freaking adult and I needed medicine. In Brecksville. And I played Super Smash Bros. While I waited, like, 20 minutes to get into. It is really innovative like that. Games I would get right off the bat. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And the only reason why I recommend that is because even if you are not a fan of the Legend of Zelda franchise, you can get into this game. It's just an open world adventure game.
Alright.
Outside of that,
Is
Super Smash
Zelda
Bros.
like Assassin's Creed? Obviously very different.
no.
No, I
Speaking
mean
of
like the
Assassin's
third,
Creed-
like that style of like open world travel.
No.
Damn.
But like it's similar, like it's like a third person point of view and you're like looking over the shoulders of them and they get to explore it. In terms of like game mechanics,
Yeah,
the
that's
type
what
of
I
game
mean.
that it is, it definitely differs. But like, yeah, I can see where you could make the comparison. Like, oh, you're not like first person view to third person over the view. Yeah, there is definitely a difference. But I'm glad we're on the topic of video games because we were thinking of topics before this podcast for like 20 minutes. There's like 10 outtakes. It's great. We're gonna upload it all. Probably not.
I hope not.
But so I saw this trending on Twitter, and it was crazy because there was. So Call of Duty, they released their like most recent like game, and it's Call of Duty World Premiere Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming this next year, whatever year. I don't care. F you, you'll buy it.
You'll buy it.
It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which people were really confused because there's already been 3 prior, and me being a fan of the campaigns for them, I genuinely liked the ending of 3, where they killed Makarov, and it was like, oh, it's the ending of the series. This is called a soft reboot, which is like the Terminator adding Arnold Schwarzenegger after he was governor. It is ridiculous. It is such a cash grab. I'm disgusted with the gaming industry.
Okay, but can we roll this back like 10 steps and stop knocking the Terminator franchise because I can't.
They just
get
came
enough.
out with a trailer.
Yeah, and can we acknowledge
She
that-
shot the dude running with a rocket launcher. To this day, I'll never see a better shot unless you're Chris Kyle.
Have you seen? Who is Chris Kyle? I don't even know who that is.
Oh my god, I'm so mad you didn't get that. Chris Kyle, did you ever see American Sniper with Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
That sniper, he was the sniper.
Oh damn!
See? I told you. Should have Googled. Should have brought the facts.
Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Me too. Can I go to the bathroom? I am.
Yeah. So what am I going to talk about, guys?
I don't know.
It's been a
How was
long
April
time. Yeah, I know. Just rifting, just rafting. It's been a long time. School's been rough. Pennsylvania. Let's talk about Pennsylvania. I'm glad to be home. Pennsylvania is not fun, people. Stay away from Pennsylvania. And all you people that aren't from Ohio, that like to think Ohio is not what it is, you're wrong. I don't like that Ohio, in this new liberal, social, technological world, has become a stereotype of, like, the middle of nowhere out there people. Because, one, okay, here's a story. I'm in law school, first, beginning of property class, which is your first year of law school. I'm just starting, and we're going over who has the rights to animals that are wild and, like, come in and out of your property. So we're talking about that, and I raise my hand, and I'm like, yeah, so, I just to kind of see how the facts differ. What happens if you have a pile of corn or a salt lick in your yard, and that attracts them in, and they aren't just naturally just walking through your yard? Does that mean you still have the right to, whatever? I didn't even get a chance to elaborate before some girl slams her book down on the ground and on her desk, and she's like, "That's illegal! That's illegal! You're not allowed to do that! You're not allowed to have salt licks! You're not allowed to have corn!" And it's like, I literally was like, whoa, lady. I'm from Ohio, where everybody's got a pile of corn or a salt lick. So the biggest rude awakening was realizing how different Pennsylvania or all these states are from each other. I think that's what makes our country so great. But it's a huge difference, and that's why I'm so glad to be home. But inbred and all of that is just, it's a different way of life. People don't know how to drive. I can't emphasize that enough. The food is terrible. I think if I was near Pittsburgh, it'd be way better, because let's be honest, Philadelphia, it should have been their capital. Still gross and terrible. Harrisburg is their capital. Terribly gross and terrible. Get rid of it. Throw it away. Get rid of Harrisburg. And Pittsburgh, in the end, should be the capital because it's the most beautiful city in the entire state. It's most clean. And honestly, I think it's most comparable to Cleveland. Cleveland obviously pisses all over it because it's so much better. But if Pittsburgh... yeah, dude, Barrio is bomb.
I had Barrio for lunch.
Yo, you need to tell me, because I was supposed to go with my dad before the Indians game. What is the restaurant that Tom Segura goes to on East 4th? That you go to? You say you go to get the chicken wings.
Oh, Waterhouse Tavern.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's got the greatest wings in the city of Cleveland.
Tom loves that. That's
Their
his one
chicken
spot
wings?
when he comes into Cleveland. That's his restaurant. He needs.
They
to
only
hit.
have the one flavor. I forget what it is, but whatever it is, just get the damn wings.
Well, I know
They're
you
$10.
push the chicken wings. He goes for something else. That's his favorite restaurant in Cleveland.
Oh man, those wings! Let me tell you, you eat those. They're like little nibblers, but they give you like 15 to 20. Man, I'm talking like bone meat, like meat off the bone.
Ooh.
Like there's like, you go to like Buffalo Wild Wings, like they got decent wings, especially like Winking Lizard. Love their wings. When I talk about like ratio from like bone still on meat, 0% of that meat is left on the bone.
Yo, can I tell you something that broke my heart? It's Sunday.
Okay.
I'm about to go to my friend Will's house for Game of Thrones marathon. And I'm in a hurry. I'm in a big hurry.
I already know where this is going. And
My family decides that my dad and I did yard work all day, and we went for a run. They walked. I went for a run. We met back.
Let me gather myself halfway
And
through.
it's time for dinner, and my dad's enforcing that we need to go for dinner. We're going out. We're not eating at home. And I was like, oh, okay. So my dad's
Red,
like, I
Red
want...
Robin? I hope.
No. It's healthy time. So we went to Whitey's. Yo, I was dying. I couldn't have been more eager for
Were people
Whitey's.
playing like volleyball?
How about this? How about this? Get there. It's stuffed to the gills.
Really?
They go 45 minutes to an hour. I'm like, turn this bitch around. We outie. Yo, my parents were not happy. I'm like, it is the finale of Game of Thrones. We are out. And they were like, I'm like, yo, I want Whitey's more than you guys. This train is being turned around.
Did you hear 45 to an hour?
So Whitey's is a restaurant where they got the best wings, they got the best burgers. I'm
do
sorry.
have good
It is
burgers.
the
Yeah, they
best
really do.
restaurant in Northeast Ohio, Cleveland area. I know, like, it's a hole in the... Like, it's not a hole in the wall.
No,
If
it's
you
not
live
really.
here, you know it. It's the spot.
If you live in Brecksville, you probably
Not
know
even
what it is
Brecksville,
more, but
just
like
the whole
Richfield.
area, Richfield. That I'm sorry, it is this Cleveland area.
I want to know
all
how
knows
much of like
Whitey's.
Broadview Heights might know of it though.
Yo, Broadview Heights. Think about it. Broadview Heights probably isn't much farther from us. It's right up the road
same
from
from the-
Pilot, but way up. It's even farther. Dude, that's farther from Brecksville. You're going
Well, yeah,
through
of
Northfield.
course, yeah.
So there's way more cities. Like, I'm sorry, Whitey's is a huge spot. It's probably 15, 20-minute drive for us at least. And people
for
go
me,
out.
it's like-
But we think about it as closer than it is, dude. It's not. It's probably 15 minutes for you at least. It's probably. It
Well, I
was
don't know
like
what it is.
30
It
minutes
doesn't
for
feel
us.
like doesn't feel that long
Because you're just going through Brecksville.
It's all
no.
back
You're going
roads,
through
yeah.
your own city that you've lived your whole life.
Oh,
you're
for
going,
me though, but like over by like
you're
Snowville,
going right
like,
through the park.
Dude, I take back roads the entire way there. Like I literally come
Yo.
up right up on it.
Speaking of the park, okay, so I feel bad for the people that haven't had the opportunity to live on like next to a park, because we've got these lakes in our backyard, like
Oh, yeah,
right
they're all
on
back
us,
there.
and just going fishing. Like I was first day home from law school. Starting kicking off the summer, went way back in the boondocks, followed the train tracks back.
Did you take
spent
that
a day
route that we
fishing.
all took? Like that
Yo,
you and I
but
took
you know
with
what's
our
funny?
bare feet?
Every time I do, yes, no, but I didn't take that way because screw those rocks, and you always have to
that
go
was-
through water.
that was the
when we
worst.
waded through water. We waded through water. Can we roll the story back? We're gonna pause in this. Will once was wading. So Will and I, we like to hunt, we like to fish. His dad takes me out. I really appreciate it because nobody in my family really exposed me to all those things. So I really owe it to them, and I love it. So Mr. Hubert takes us out carp shooting with bows. And honest to God, this is something I've never come across in my life before them, and that's got to be one of the funnest things in the world. But Will he's got his waders on, which are like
Oh my
really,
God.
really high rubber boots. And he's going through the mud, and he's like, I mean, there's lily pads everywhere. It is straight. I'm not mud. I mean, this is a straight quagmire, total marsh. And it's just like
And what happened?
3-4 feet deep. It's coming almost up to Will's waist, and he's hunting. And then Will's foot gets stuck.
Yeah, I know what happens.
Will's foot gets stuck, and he's pulling, yanking, and falls right into the water, completely whoosh. And your dad was screaming at you.
Well, get up.
Well, get up. Will's just sitting there. Well,
Dude,
get up.
I didn't even say anything. I was just pissed. I was like, unbelievable. This is horrible. Looking back on it, it wasn't that bad. But at the time, it was like, come on. And then my dad, it was Big Jeff's comment. Well, get up. Just, thanks. I'll work on that. I gotta know what to say to him, but yeah.
Yo, but that was one of the best. But yeah, fishing. Where we leave off.
Hey, remember when I launched you off that tube? All right, so I'm driving the boat, right? And he's back on the tube. Poor bastard.
So we're tubing, right? So like you got the rope to the tube.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sitting on a tube, and this dick's dad let him drive.
I have a license.
Now, mind
by
you,
the
his
way.
dad was driving when I went off on the tube. So here I am being sent out. I'm on the tube. Mr. Hubert's rolling. He's rocking. He's rolling.
And then we pulled the old switcheroo. And Will took control. Because he took an online course. And got his license. So he's back there on the tube, right? And, like, there are, like, a decent amount of boats out on the lake. But not enough to where it's, like, it's kind of, like, waves are everywhere. But it's, like, a comfortable ride. So I get him back there, right? A couple minutes. I'm kind of driving him back and forth. Slinging him. Getting him comfy. Familiar. And then I see these waves, and they're like 30 yards ahead of us, or whatever. And my dad, who's like in the passenger seat, which like think of it not as like a car. The driver's seat's on the right side, my dad's on the left. So, and I'm deaf in my right ear, so like I can definitely hear my dad, and I'm just not listening at all. And he's just like, hey, you should probably slow up. Like we're only supposed to hit about 35, and I'm hitting a solid 43. Here comes these 10. Here comes, like, honestly, all it was like 3 quick waves. Couple feet big. And I'm whipping him over the wake. And I'm just like, oh, he's coming. If I had a rear view mirror, I would have looked through that. But instead, I'm an asshole. So I'm just looking over my shoulder like, here he comes. So the tube is about 5 feet above the water. With Alexander, I'm talking about a solid minimum 3 feet above that tube. I don't think he's gone tubing since.
No.
It was worth my
time. He doesn't
time.
think he knows, because what's funny is Will had his fun, and yet I'll never go on that tube again. I'll happily go on the boat. I'll sit there, I'll watch all the other poor schmucks get on that tube and swim out to their death, but I'll never get on that boat again, or on the tube again, because, yeah, that was...
My favorite was my dad's quote. He was like, oh, hold off the throttle. And I was like, okay. And I left off like 5 miles. So it's like 38 miles. Foom, foom. And here's the funny part is, he didn't even make it to like wave 3 before he got launched. Wave 1. Just like over the top. It was like slow motion to me. And when I say hit the water, I'm talking like he's facing this way, shooting off this way, landing this way. Just... I know he hit the water and didn't go right down. He hit it, got flattened, and then slowly sunk in a couple feet.
I remember being a young kid and never understanding why jumping off of a really, really tall bridge, even into water, would kill you. My parents had to explain the higher
velocity
you get,
and like hitting that.
It's like hitting concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Never understood it until, someone like Will sends you up 3 feet. And you hit that water.
Oh, you were like 8-10 feet off. You were like 3 feet above the 5
no. Will didn't just do this once. He didn't just do it twice. It was an entire day of Will throwing me, crashing, Mrs. Hubert going, come on, it's fun. This is how we spend our day. Get back out there. And I'm like...
we have copper on the
never.
boat, just... We're all in this together, ain't we?
Yeah, so the lowest was like 3 feet, the highest was like 8 feet. I was flying through the air, and guess who didn't allow me to get revenge? The Huberts. Will's back there. Look at me, I'm on a wakeboard. I'm doing tricks. Will gets to do tricks, and here's Alexander.
This is literally our only child. We're gonna let him live. If he dies, he dies.
Yo, so... we're going to rewind this back to the video games real quick before we start wrapping up. Why doesn't Fortnite interest you?
Okay, Fortnite doesn't interest me.
Only because I don't know what made me think of that. I just wanted to ask you.
No, it's a good topic. I mean, me and like other like friends of mine who are like into gaming, we don't like none of them even really play Fortnite. A couple of them have
is the
played
turnoff because do you think if you had to be critically honest of like your friends or at least like I feel like there's a lot of people who expel from it simply because they are turned off by how mainstream it's become.
No.
It's be the thing.
No. Just up front, I'm not a big fan of online multiplayer games anymore. Ever since I graduated high school, to be honest, like throughout the years, like
was so prestigious.
No, but like ever since I graduated high school, like I won't say like my amount of time gaming has decreased. It's probably stayed about the same. In terms of like the kind of games I play, I don't do particular like online multiplayer games. The only online multiplayer game I play right now, like on a consistent basis, is Gears of War 4 because I'm just a big fan of the franchise, and I'm good at the game. Like,
Yo, I hate that style of game. To be
I love
honest,
it, for me.
I have Gears of War 1 and 2. Never could get into it,
Big
man.
fan. Always loved the series. I like the series as like a story, but like online, like I know I'm good. Like in terms of like games I'm the best at, like if you look at like statistic wise, Gears of War I'm the best at. Like in terms of like my percentage of like winning games and in terms of like my like kill death ratio.
The worst about being your friend was trying to grow up and be
Oh yeah, high school me?
No, but like you're growing up. It's funny, like today you play Fortnite and like somebody just totally murks you. You
And
get
the
your ass
dances
kicked.
over your body.
No. And then you find out they're like 10.
Yeah,
You're like, this little shit made me into
That's
a
me.
fool.
that's me.
And he's 10 years old. One, I think there's more of yous today.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's insane how these
Dude,
kids
Fortnite
just
is such an
wreck.
epidemic that like I have like friends of mine who graduated as like teachers, and they say like the Fortnite thing is like an actual issue, like in classrooms, like
Oh,
with kids like
wow.
acting out and behaving, like doing the Fortnite dances. On top of that, and talking about like bullying kids because of how bad they are at like Fortnite. It is. It is very.
what our world has come
I know.
to.
Like, it's one of those things. Like I've heard like
Yeah,
I've
but how
seen
many
posts about
times,
that.
like, but that's what I was getting at is, what was that kid that just kicked all our asses in video games? And we had this tradition where we would go to JV football, hit Applebee's right after the game, and then come back to my house, and we'd have a whole crew playing Halo.
Yeah.
And, like, you would kill us all. It was like, the winner is on Will's team. Whoever's on Will's team is winning this game. The end is nigh.
The end is nigh.
That was your thing, dude. And I just feel like there. Okay,
Halo is
we
another
suck.
game, online game that like I do.
What'd you
play
think of Halo
occasionally.
5?
You know, I thought it was better than Halo 4. I liked. I felt like 343 tried to go back. It felt very much like Halo 2.
343.
The Industries, the game that like publishes it.
Okay.
So it went from Bungie, then
I
after
thought it was-
Halo Reach, 343 bought it. So Halo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
That's why it's
343 has
different.
had Halo 4 and Halo 5. I liked Halo 5 more
I liked
in terms
Halo
of
4 more.
gameplay wise.
But you don't like multiplayer.
No, I thought the multiplayer was better for 5 in terms of like
I hated 5's
getting into
multiplayer.
like a multiplayer.
I like
It felt
the
very much
campaign.
like Halo 2 multiplayer when it came out. Now their new Halo that I think they're gonna probably highlight at E3 in like 2-3 weeks here is Halo Infinite, which I heard is pretty much Halo 6. At least that's what like from what I've read or seen. I'm looking forward to that. It looks like it's going back to like Halo rings. The graphics look very Halo 1, Halo 2-ish. So for me, I'm particularly excited for about that because I felt like ever since Bungie sold Halo 2 343, the series has just gone downhill. It felt like Star Wars with Disney. Like it hasn't quite hit that beat of like what it originally was.
Right.
Not saying they're bad games, but like I
Oh,
didn't,
dude, it was so much better. Even Reach. Reach,
Reach is
going
my
back to
favorite.
the original ones, Reach was really great. I don't think you beat Halo 3. I just don't.
Halo 3 is the king
I
of the
just
crop.
don't think you
That
beat
is
it.
gaming at its like peak.
Yo, but
gaming,
hold
at
on,
least in,
hold on,
like, our
hold on.
generation,
But
like, for us.
But then, if you're gonna make that statement,
Then Mario was it for, like, before.
But I want to. I don't even want to. Okay, bringing out. We're not bringing other games into that because we could really go
Yeah.
forever. But I really want to roll it back and go. If that's your criteria, I think Halo won. That changed
Halo
video
1, yeah.
games forever.
Yeah.
That
At a re-
changed video games. On the original Xbox, I mean, that game. Remember Blue versus Red? Like the
Yeah, but at
YouTube?
the same time, though, like you say, like Halo Combat Evolved changed it in terms of like first-person shooter, where like you're the guy, where it like really did that. Like GoldenEye did that, like James Bond GoldenEye, but like Halo like really made it like use the left joystick and the right joystick to like look and move and aim and stuff, and then like really revolutionize it. Halo 3, like you said, though, revolutionized multiplayer. Like the online part of it.
Yo, we made that into a religion every Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, that was routine. That
gay
was
waiter
routine.
would hit on us. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. It was 6 football players would go to this Applebee's. He'd hit on us. We'd laugh. We'd eat our food. We'd have a great time. The guy was always fun.
He and Freddie Mercury would have gotten along. They would have hit it off. Because they were both showmen in their own right.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he was himself as a waiter. He was a showman.
And we would come back and...
Dude, I almost shit my pants at that table one time while he was talking to us. That is, like,
and
totally
Trey's,
off topic.
like, just eating it up, like... Ooh.
Oh, Trey was all over it.
Those were the days.
He's so fantastic. But Halo...
What is with him wanting to go to China?
Dude, he leaves Sunday.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Could you imagine being Ohio, American raised? Like, you're not even just like... you're like, I want to live by myself in China.
No. I couldn't, but... I mean, I'm sure, like on top of, like, not even just, like, China, but, like, those who want to, like, move, like, out of the country to anywhere. Like, what possesses... But, like, you haven't, though.
But I haven't, though. Exactly.
But, like, what possesses them to do that? Imagine, like, someone who goes lives in Australia.
Well, dude, I
Get
think...
mauled by a damn koala.
Did he get mauled by it?
No, I'm just saying, but, like, those that, like, from America that, like, move out to Australia.
I would go.
Thinking, like,
that's
but,
the
like,
one
thinking,
trip
like,
I'm
it's
dying for.
safer, like, to just live out in the middle of nowhere.
They don't have Trump. There's no Trump there. That's where it's safer.
Like, he and I live in the metropolis of, like, near Cleveland, Ohio. What has attacked you ever?
Dude, they found a black bear at the bottom of my hill here.
Did it ever come after you?
But it was there.
Yeah, wait.
The black bears are coming in from Pennsylvania. Watch out in Cleveland. That's what we found out. And there they are.
One in... How old are you?
Whoa. First off,
All it takes is one.
Hold up. That bear was found in 2013.
Source?
It was right after high school. It was like a year or two. I was just like a year or two
That's
in
a great
college.
source.
And get me. I'll pull it up.
Source.
And
out of high school. Moo.
You want a source? I will damn show you.
You almost said
Guess who the news went and found to
Fox.
interview? Shut up. Guess who the news interviewed to talk about the bear found at the bottom of the hill in Brecksville?
Tom Tupa.
The Zatorskis.
That's awesome.
There's Steve sitting on his Camaro or Corvette or
it was a
I'll go
Firebird.
fishing back. Yeah, it was the Firebird.
It was a Firebird. I
He's
remember
like,
when he got it.
Yeah, I'll go fishing down there all the time. I love that thing.
Dude, we would go back there and play paintball.
His mom's being interviewed like, I don't like the bear.
Have you ever seen the movie Bad News Bears? A lot like that, just less baseball.
No, she's like Xanaxed out. Like, I don't like
shit.
bears. Bears? Someone take me home. Am I on the news? Tell the weatherman hi. She was nutso, man.
There's a bear in the woods. Over. Just puts down. I forgot to say over.
Brecksville, or let me refrain that. Ohio doesn't have bears, people. That's why it's like a huge thing that they're coming back. They're here. They're ready to.
What do you mean by coming back? I think
They're
one
here.
just
They're
starting. He just like went on like a vacation. Was like, oh, this seems lovely.
I'm out of this place. I've noticed the Pennsylvania drivers are terrible.
Oh my God! Look at the decor. Right through the skull.
Ouch. What? What hit it in its skull?
The rifle.
What?
That's how you take it out. Just you got a clean
Oh?
shot. Oh, it's clean. Let's pack it up.
This went from like Bourne Ultimatum to like
Jesus Christ is Jason Bourne. And commercial.
And commercial.
God damn it.
Yo, this has been a long podcast.
What time is it?
It's late enough. Thanks for coming on, Will. This was a great time. I'm
Is
glad we got
Gecko
to talk.
open still?
I don't know, man.
Is it past 2? That's all I'm asking.
No.
Moo. Taco Bell's open.
Moo.
Alex, it's been a privilege. We had a rough start, a couple takes, mistakes, outcasts, if you'd say it.
Why though, Will? It wasn't because you weren't
I was getting used to it.
That's fair. Yo, I had to get back in the swing of it. Will, I love you, brother. Till next time. Everybody, thank you for watching. I hope we get to see you again. Till next time. Will, peace.